Hello, it's February 22nd. This is Chair Pilates. Today we're going to use a towel to manipulate our bodies. All right, do all sorts of fun things. Whoops. And here comes one more. All right, Abby, you're just joining us. You need a towel, preferably a longer one. All right, let's have a seat. Towel on your lap. Let's roll the shoulders back. Take some breaths. Lift up, drop down. Lift up, drop down. One more time. Good. And then hands next to the knees. Feet relatively flat on the floor, if you can. And then you're just gonna hug the sides of your legs as you roll down. You're not gonna push. You're just gonna hang on to the sides of your legs. You go down and come back up. Inhale, exhale, drop the head first. Go on down, come on back up. And over. And lift. Feel your fingers on your skin through your clothing, right? Good, and then open the legs up a little bit and we'll go to the insides of the legs. Down and up. And roll down. And one more time, roll it down. And up. Good, legs come back together. We're gonna squeeze our right shoulder. So you're just gonna open your hand and just squeeze the top of your shoulder like you're squeezing a sponge. You can get right back there, right behind the top of the shoulder there, right in the back. Little squeeze there. Down to the shoulder, back up. Little Eric Franklin. Good, and then just let your hand rest here. Shrug your shoulder, drop. Shrug your shoulder, drop. Feel how that muscle turns on as you shrug your shoulder and drop. Now you're gonna drop your arm. We're gonna try to lift the arm without the shoulder shrugging. So keep the shoulder quiet as the arm comes up and down. That muscle might tense, but it doesn't lift. Good, now as the arm moves, squeeze the shoulder, release, squeeze, release. Feel that upper back muscle working, but not elevating. One more time. And down. Good, just swing that arm forward and back. And then take this arm and you're going to tap from the shoulder down to your wrist and go all around the arm, back of the arm, inside of the arm, underneath. Shake it out. Drop the arms next to you. Notice any differences between the two sides, if there are any. You might be able to visually see that my right shoulder is a little more dropped than my left. And where my hands hit the side of the chair is slightly different. All right, so now we'll go to this side. Squeeze the shoulder like you're squeezing a sponge. All the way up and down the border of that shoulder blade in the back there. And you should feel the top edge of your shoulder blade back there. Runs right along the upper part of the back. And then you'll feel where it takes a turn down into the middle of the upper back. Little squeezes. Good, and then tap. Just waking up the skin and all the little nerve endings, telling them to wake up and brush off. And then hand here as the arm lifts. So you're not motivated to lift your arm because your shoulder elevates, your shoulder blade. You're motivated to lift the arm because the shoulder blade swings away. So you'll still feel some activity underneath your fingers, but it's not a shrug. You might hear some things going on back there. Just breaking up some of that stuff. One more time. Good. Squeeze while you move your arm. One more. Good. And then sweep the arm around and back. Add a little bit of rib cage there. One more time. Good. Arms down by your sides. Hopefully the two sides match now. Should feel pretty relaxed in that upper back there and the shoulders. Good. Let's go ahead and just drop the chin and lift. So the rest of my body isn't moving at all. It's just from my neck. So I'm just stretching my neck, and those muscles, when you were lifting your arm that were right here, those squeezy part, your head is tethered there to your body, right? Your head's 10 pounds at least. So there's a lot of tethering that goes on with these muscles that come down your neck and cross over into this part of your back. So as you drop your chin, see if you can imagine that those tethering muscles and tendons are lengthening, they're stretching. And up. I don't really like to go back. It's not really very good for your neck. You're squishing your discs when you do that, because our neck is already curved back this way, so you don't really need to. So as you go along here, maybe you'll start to feel more stretching. And then just turn your head to the left slightly, so you get more into the right side, and up. I would exhale here, and then inhale. And we'll do this one more time on this side. And up, and then we'll turn to the other side, and drop, and lift. One more time. And lift. And then turn your head forward. We'll turn right. We'll roll down and through over to the left side and lift up. And again, you might hear some things going on in your neck while you do this. Last set. Good. All right. Pick up your towel, please. You're going to hold it a little bit wider than your shoulders, depending on how big your towel is. And we're just going to lift the arms up. So again, we're not going to shrug. right? So you're gonna pull this apart a little bit and let your arms float up and down. Float up and down. Ooh, I just got a nice little adjustment in my right shoulder. Lift up. So if you can, you're going to start to go back. So the width of the towel, for me, it's going to take me a little while here to get my shoulders mobile enough to be able to go all the way behind me. That's me. Some people are super mobile in their shoulders, but by holding the towel, you're closing the chain. So everything's connected to something. Arms are connected to the towel. Towel's connected to the hands. Arms are connected to the body. So let's see, can I get all the way over? Yes, I can. So if that's doable for you, do it. If it's not, don't do it. It's a big stretch in around the elbow and the upper arm. Last time, especially on my way back. Yeah, especially on the way back. Okay, so hands will be here. We'll do some rotation. Hips won't move. So towel comes with the hands. Again, closed chain. Towel comes with the hands. Rib cage twists. Pull the towel apart. This is going to activate the back of the arms, the back of the body. Twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So the arms don't go past your torso, right? Torso, arms, towel all move together. One more time. And back. Good. Drop the arms. Walk your legs together. Still hold the towel. Roll yourself down. And roll yourself up. Start to pull the towel. Lift. Side bend. Come back. Center. See how my head stays in the middle of the towel? Come back. Center. Roll down. Arms relax. Roll back up. Arms are relaxed. So right here, when I start to lift my arms, I'm going to pull apart. Head right in the middle. Head stays in the middle when I go to the side. Arms down. Keep pulling apart until you get here, and then you can relax. Inhale here. Exhale. Come on back up. Lift the arms. Pull apart. Lift. Side bend. Arms down. Breathe out. This is our last one, like this. Up, side bend, center, and down. We're going to revisit that in a moment. So what you're going to do, oh, look, a piece of tape, is we're going to go behind our head now. So we're going to support our head, our 10-pound head, our brains. We're going to support our brains. So I'm going to hold my elbows in front, cradle my head, yes? And then this way, I can let my head and shoulders go backwards. So I'm going to lean into the chair, and I'm going to support my head as I lean back. Please don't fall over backwards. Please don't. I'm going to stretch my legs out. So I'm going to give a little more weight to the lower part of my body. Okay, so over the back, inhale, exhale, back up. So it'll look like this. The edge of the chair is close to my upper back here. Imagine. So I just go over the edge. Now, if you want to do it without the chair, you're going to get a lot more abs out of it. So you can do it without the chair if you want. Over. But again, don't fall backwards. Inhale. Inhale. Oh, exhale. Last two. Inhale. Hold your head, elbows in. One more time. Good, release your head. So the whole point of that is to get some movement up here, right? Up there. Up the, and that, like that third Milwaukee there. All right. So now we're going to do some rotation and side bending. So no towel, just to practice. All right, so arms will come up. We'll side bend. And then we're going to corkscrew our spine forward to the side and then up. And then, so we'll do some front and some back. So I'm really corkscrewing right in the rib cage here. My lower body isn't really doing much. It's just kind of sitting there. We get very, very tight and stiff here in this upper back. Okay, here we go. Arms up. Good. Inhale over to the side. Exhale. Remember, keep your head in the middle of your towel. Go around. We call this around the world and up. Start small. Inhale, exhale. So I'm going to make it a little teeny bit bigger. Inhale, exhale. So a little more movement. Breathe in, exhale. So much oblique work happening here on the inside. All those twisty muscles around. Here's your last one. Over, side, circle. Breathe in, exhale, circle. Good. And arms down. Relax your shoulders. Part of holding the towel should help this, right? That you're not like this all the time. Okay? Hands on the knees. Move your spine. I'm going to turn sideways. So you're going to curl your spine away or back and then lift up. So this is pretty small. My hands need to stay on my knees. Curl, lift, shoulders relaxed, curl, lift, one more time, curl, and lift. Now, can we do that corkscrew movement with holding our head, right? So if we have the towel, we're holding the head. I'm going to leave the towel off just for a sec. So I'm going to side bend, and I'm going to go back over to the other side and up. So this is a ton of movement up here in this upper part of the body. Okay? Support your head and neck, please. This is going to be way smaller than what we just did. So you're going to support your head, wrap the towel around the back of your head, bring the elbows in. They should not be open. So it's like you're like a racehorse, right? You've got your blinders on, right? To the sides of your eyes. Okay, so go to the side and go to the back. And then to the other side, forward, stop, reverse, breathe in, exhale. So we're going to switch the breathing. I want you to breathe in as you go back. So inhale back, exhale around. So that gives the diaphragm a chance to really draw down into the body while you're in this really extended position. Over, inhale, hold your head, exhale around. Looks like this. Over, inhale. My lower body's not moving. Two more, over. Last one. And lift. Good. Take the towel away. How are we doing? Good, right? No neck issues, right? Okay. Let's turn, roll, up, center, turn and roll. And center. Okay. Gonna move the feet on the floor. So I'm gonna move sideways so that one of my hips is off the chair. Okay, so only my left hip is on top. My right leg is free to move around over here. Okay. You can lean here. You don't really need to, but you can if you have any kind of crunching that's going on here. Okay, so we're just gonna push out and pull in. Push out and pull in. And if you push your foot into the floor a little bit in both directions, you'll feel how that connects up into the side of the body. Press, push away, pull in. One more time. For those of you who have carpeting, I'm very sorry. You can probably just slide your foot on the floor, right? Probably just slide your foot on the floor anyway. Now we'll go front, side, front. Notice my heel lifts up so that I can go back. Front, side, front, back. So maybe this is as far as you go, right? You don't have to go all the way. You can even lean forward if you want to really get a nice stretch of that hip. Leg comes in, front, side, front, back, front. So if we were standing, right? Keep going. If we were standing up, which is part of the reason you come to this class, is that you don't have to do this. It would be like this, right? Where you'd be in this eternal squat and lunge. Front. And so if those of you who are interested want to stand up and do this standing, go for it. We're only going to do one more. So much work on this leg. Front, slide, back, and in. Oh, okay. Other side. Something for everybody. So, ready? Push out, pull in. So this whole part of my body is like off the chair. Like all this right here. Press. If you ever want to learn about anatomy, just cut up a chicken. 2 more. It's a really basic anatomy lesson, cutting up a chicken. Go forward, go back. So maybe just the bent knee to start. You can't really go further because your spine won't let you, especially your lower back. So if you want to get that full extension, you have to lean into it. Okay, front, side. Push on the floor. Make your legs do a little bit of work. Front, push out, pull in. Front, push back, pull in. Front, side, good. For my standing folks, here we go. Okay, we're gonna do 5 of these. If you don't wanna stand up, don't. It's why you come, right? So if you're doing this standing, you have to shift your hips back and get into this crouched position. Here we go, front, side, front, lunge back, front, front, lunge back. No pain in your knees. If you have pain, sit back down. Front. How many more? 2. Front. Woo-hoo. This leg is working like crazy. One more time. Front, side, front, back, and in. Holy moly. Okay. We're going to sit back down again. Pick up your towel. Bring the towel behind you. I just cleaned the floor. Hold the towel against your upper back. I just saw a dust bunny go flying. All right, we're gonna hold on to the towel. So if you have a long towel, lucky you. If you don't, your arms are gonna be like this, right? So we're gonna tuck in, curl back. You can stay forward. You don't have to turn sideways. Tuck and curl back. This is your abs. Say hello to your abs. Tuck and curl back and up. Exhale. So kind of pull the towel forward, right? At the same time that you're going backwards. Curl. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last two. Whee, one more time. Curl back. Sit back up. Take the towel away. I'm gonna just keep facing this way for a visual for you guys, but you don't have to face sideways. When you face sideways, there's no chair back there to lean into. So you have a little more freedom to go further, but you also have to just keep that in mind that you're going into a space where there's nothing to stop you, okay? All right, arms in front of you. I'll do it this way first. Tuck and curl like we just did. Tuck and curl, sit back up. Lift your arms, lower your arms. Tuck and curl. Lift. So this is all going to happen at the same time. So the arms will come down, you'll curl. Spine will extend, you'll lift. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Exhale, relax your shoulders. It's not about your shoulders. It's about your spine. So don't let them be narcissists by shrugging. Tuck and curl. Lift up, tuck and curl. You got one more. Curl, curl. And lift. Good. Towel on your hips. Okay, hands on your knees. Feet flat. Roll through your feet. Drop. Roll. So just work your feet a little bit and go ahead and lift your toes up too. Heels lift, toes lift. Ankle movement, move your ankles. Two more. One more. Good. So we're going to just do some hovering. Tap your toes for me. Now just lift your toes only. Everything else stays on the floor. Lift, touch. Lift, touch. All toes up, all toes down. Now just the right foot. And just the left foot. And the right. So hopefully your arch is lifted off the floor. Hopefully, right? Hopefully you have some little arch here. Okay, so this is super subtle. So you're going to take your toes and you're going to push on the floor ever so gently and see if you can feel those arch muscles activate. Just ever so slightly push into your toes so that the arches start to lift, right? And then the toes relax and the arch spreads out. Ever so slightly lift and release. It's very subtle. Up. We're going to work with the towel and our feet here in a minute. One more time. Lift and lower. Good. Lift all of your toes, all of them, and then put your baby toe down first, and then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, and then your big toe. All toes up. You can use your fingers if that's helpful. And roll the toes back to the floor. All toes lift. Right toe is not happy with this situation. Baby toes down. Try to keep your feet flat, right? So where your toes originate are still on the floor, right? The balls of your feet up and then down. See if you can just lift your big toe. So use your thumbs to help you. So just lift your big toe and drop, lift and drop, up and drop. One more time. Now here comes the hard one. Big toe stays down, rest of the toes come up. Super challenging. And down. Lift and down. We have more muscles in our feet than anywhere else. Your feet are your friends. One more time. Push on your big toes, lift the rest of them. Good. Walk it out. What was I going to do? Back to this. They'll come to me in a minute. Get ahead of myself. I'm turning sideways again, just so because I want to go back a little bit further, but you don't have to. All right, this time the arms are going to come up as we're in our tucked and curled position. Breathe in, exhale, curl back, hold that position, feet are flat on the floor, arms lift, arms down, sit back up. Exhale, curl, relaxed shoulders, lift, down, up. Exhale, curl back, arms up, arms down. 2 more, roll back, lift up, come down. One more time, roll back, up, down, and front. Figure 8. I'm sitting up straight. I'm not tucked and curled back. Again, closed chin exercise. So we've got this towel. It's keeping our arms organized. It's keeping our shoulders organized. One more time. And down. This is why I don't like to talk on the phone, because I talk all day long. Okay, back to this side. Now we're going to do a flat back. So we were curling the pelvis before from the bottom. Now we're going to hinge. Arms front, don't shrug, please. Hinge back, lift up. It's going to be kind of quick, right? So inhale, exhale. Three, flat spine. 2, and when I mean flat, I mean neutral. 1. So the pelvis doesn't roll and your lower back doesn't change shape, right? You keep that small lift in that small curve in your lower back. Arms a little bit higher. It's going to be a little more challenging, okay? Hinge for 3. Inhale. One more time. Ooh, my foot came up on that one. Use the back of the chair if you're not comfortable doing it without a chair back. Higher. Ready? Pull this apart so you don't shrug. Hinge. Take your time. Inhale back. Woo, one more time. Back. I need a moment, right? To change directions. Forward and down. Good. All right, we're going to stretch out so because we aren't using a strap, we're using something that doesn't stretch. This is going to give you the opportunity to really stretch your leg. So, foot inside, I'm going to scoot up to the front edge of my chair so that I can lean back and lift up my leg. I'm going to hold wherever I need to hold to get this stretch, right? So I'm leaning it back against the chair. Maybe your knee's straight, maybe it isn't. Breathe. I'm going with straight arms on this one because then I don't have any tension in my shoulders. Everything's straight. My arms are straight. The towel is stretched out as far as it can get. Now from here, my leg is going to come across my body only until my heel is over my other knee. That's it. Just that far. This should give you a really nice little IT band stretch on that right leg. And then come back to where the leg is an extension of your hip socket. Now I'm going to change hands. So I'm freeing up this hand so my leg can go over here. And again, you can bend your knee. It's okay if your hamstrings are too tight. That's all right. Again, straight arm. Bring it back. Switch hands. Now you can cross over a little further if you want. So we're going to get all along here. And then we'll burn the legs up. And then we'll stretch them again. And come back, separate the towel, sit up, take it away. Switch sides. So this is the advantage to a towel versus the band, right? It doesn't stretch. Close chain again. Lean back, straighten your leg. The higher you pull it up, the more stretch you're going to get up around your hip. Very personal. Slightly cross, just slightly. Heel right over the knee that's down on the floor. And then start to change into the opposite hand and open to the side. So I just want to say, if you're in my area, if you're going out and about, stay away from the sides of the buildings, stay away from the side of your house because of these icicles, right? Stay away from anything where they can fall on you, okay? I walked down the street yesterday and there was a part of an icicle literally the size of my torso laying on the sidewalk. So stay away from the sides of the buildings, please. Hopefully they'll be gone by the end of the week. Not a phenomenon we see very often around here. Come back, bend your knee, take your leg out, sit up. Good. All right, here we go. Hanging on to the towel, cross over, cross over, cross over. This is easy, so let's make this harder. I'm turning sideways just to give you a visual. Tuck and curl. This is not a hinge. Hinge looks like that. Tuck and curl. Like you're rowing a boat. Over, over. And I want you to lean over the side a little bit. Pull the towel apart for 4. Breathe. 3, 2, 1 more. 1, good. Sit up. Nice. All right, slight hover. I'm going to go here, just giving it a place to hang out. I'm going to turn sideways a little bit. I'm going to do a slight hover off my chair. Make sure your chair does not move, please. Please. Hinge, hover, sit back down. Hinge, lift, sit. Okay? This shouldn't hurt your knees. It shouldn't. If it does, don't do it. Okay? Body weight on an angle, lift, down. I'm really pushing my heels into the floor. Okay? Here and down. I can actually even lift my toes off the floor. I'm not suggesting that you do that, but it will really force your weight into the back of your body. So really small, hover and down. Hover and down, last 2. Hover, one more time. Hover and down. All right, ready to stand up? Feet flat, hinge forward, stand up. Good. I'm going to get my mat underneath my chair because we're going to do some reverse lunges with the towel on the floor. And I don't want my chair moving. And if it's on the floor, it will move. This is a great mat, you guys. It's made out of cork. I love it. If you need a recommendation for it, let me know. It comes from a skateboard place in California. Okay, so underneath your right leg or your front leg or whatever leg that's closest, or I don't care what leg you use, right? Just remember which one you're doing. Okay, so hands down on the chair. Transfer your weight forward to the top of the chair. From here, legs are going to stay straight. Your legs aren't going to move. You're going to slightly bend your elbows and push back up. So when you bend your elbows, it's like this. It's not like that. Elbows are in right next to the chest and the rib cage. So you bend and you straighten. Bend and straighten. Make sure your hands are in the middle of the chair. One more time, bend and straighten. Now, lunge back, bend your elbows, push up, pull in. Lunge back, bend your elbows, in. We're adding some weight to the upper body. 3, little tricep work. 2, 1 more time. And in. Good. Off to the side, pull back in. Straight back, pull back in. My standing leg isn't moving. Off to the side, pull in. Straight back, pull in. Side, pull in. Straight back. That's option 1, okay? Option 2 is we're going to do it from a lunge position. So you're going to bend the leg that you're standing on. My arms are going to stay straight, pretty much, relatively. And then back and in. Side. How far do you want to go? That's up to you. Back. Don't push that chair away from you. Side. Back. One more time. Side and back. Come in. Feet match. Curl. Roll up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Roll back down. Touch the chair with your hands. Lift your chest and your tailbone. Tuck your chest and your tailbone. Roll back up. Arms up. Inhale, exhale, curl down. Chest and tailbone lift. And then find your neutral position. We're going to do this one more time. So option 1 is leg goes to the side and leg goes back without the other leg bending. Option 2 is you bend that standing leg slightly. Option 3, which is going to be our most challenging, is we're going to do the tricep bend with the exercise. So I'm going to tricep bend, push up, back, push up 3 times, down, up, back, elbows tucked, 3, and back, and in. Curl, roll up, inhale, exhale. Good. Switch legs. How's your arms? It's not bad, right? Having the hands on the chair, because our weight's pretty distributed pretty evenly between the upper and the lower body. So we'll start with our tricep presses for 3, elbows in, and 2, and 1. Good. Leg goes back, straight leg goes side. 3 times, back, arms don't bend, side. 1 more time, back and side. Good. Now you're going to take it into a deeper movement. Arms are still relatively straight, back and side, back, side. 1 more time, reverse and side. Good. Let's get off the hands for a moment. Curl. Come up to standing. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, dive down. Flip the hips and the upper back, and then curl them and flip them. Find your neutral somewhere between those 2 points. Give me that tricep bend one time so you know how your arms are moving. All right, so you pick straight leg, slightly bent leg, or add the tricep dip for 3. Okay, here we go. Breathe every time. Side, back, one more, back, home, round, flip, round, stand up. Woo. Okay, stacking my cylinders. You just think your body is as like a bunch of cylinders with some stuff hanging off, like some arms and legs hanging off. That works good too. Your hips are a cylinder, your rib cage is a cylinder, and your collarbone is a cylinder. And these cylinders should all pretty much line up above and below each other. Okay, have a seat. Okay, we're gonna manipulate this towel with our feet. We haven't done this in a while. Have we? Tilt my top down a little bit. I think the last time we did it with a TheraBand. So I'm going to use my feet to pull the towel. So I'm using my toes to lift and pull the towel toward me. Okay, stretch it back out again. It works best if it's completely flat, because then you feel like you're actually getting somewhere. I'm sorry if you have carpeting. It probably won't pull towards you if you have carpeting, but you should be able to grab it and pull it. Pull. Watch your toes that they don't get crampy. Reach, pull. Reach, pull. 3, 2, one more. 1. Good. Lift your heel up. And down. Okay, switch sides. Push it out. Foot on top. Lift your toes. Pull the towel. Great exercise for the bottom of your feet, all those muscles on the bottom, those arches. Good, I'm going to push it back out one more time. Lift, pull. One more. Good, pick that back up. So we're going to stretch our ankles inside the towel, just like we did with our head, right? You're going to put your foot inside. Lift your leg back up again. I'm just going to turn sideways a little bit. And then from here, I'm just going to kind of pull on the top part, the top of the edge of the towel, which is going to give me this nice flex in my ankle. Knee does not have to be straight. Just really pulling more on the top part than the bottom part. Okay, and then push into the top part of the towel, and your heel will come up and away from the bottom. Back to flex, push. Toes are really bending. Push one more time. Good, and then, see, here's where the band kind of comes in handy because this isn't flexible. But see if you can make some circles here in reverse. Good. Pull your knee in nice and close. Use this to cross your ankle on your thigh and then take this away. Okay, now if you can sit up, and I want you to take your fingers and you're gonna put them in between your toes. So you're gonna spread your toes out. I know this, for some people, this is not easy. And then we're gonna just bend our toes. I really don't like when people say feet are ugly because they're so important. They're so important. Take your fingers out, stretch your first and second toe apart from each other. Then go to the second one, second and third, stretch them away from each other. Stretch them away from each other, and now pull them back. And release. Other side. Put your feet on the floor. See how, if that feels any different. This foot, I feel my whole foot on this side. Not so much on this side. This foot's very connected. That's for me. Foot inside. Okay. So I want to pull on the upper part of the towel a little bit more so I get that nice flex there. And then push with the balls of the feet into the towel so you're bending your toes. One more. Good, use the towel to cross your leg. And so you get this little bonus hip stretch too here, right? On this side. Okay. Fingers go in between. You might even use your other hand. Squeeze and bend. One more. Good. Take your hands away. Separate first and second. Second and third. All the toes curl over. All the toes pull back. Feet on the floor. Ooh, that feels nice. Feel my whole foot. Arms up, inhale. Exhale down. Roll forward, don't fall off. Touch your leg with your fingers. One more. And up. We're done. Woo, when you get up, you're gonna feel your feet.